It's budget time again. Uh, this is the season of the proposal for the budget, and it's always extremely important because the economy of the country is completely determined by the budget proposal. And we have good news. Good news because this budget proposal basically does not change anything. Everything is like in the past, and for foreigners which are dependent from the non-habitual tax regime or regimes for investment, it's of course interesting. We know that Portugal has been attracting more and more foreigners from everywhere in the world to come and live or work distance for their markets, work to London, work to Frankfurt, work to Paris, based in Portugal. So for all of these people, it's a very interesting regime. It is also interesting for people that were Portuguese, that went abroad and worked abroad and want to return to Portugal, as they will benefit from a 50% reduction of taxes for the next 5 years. So this is attracting also a Portuguese or foreign people that work in Portugal and want to come back. They will only be liable on 50% of their income. It's a reduction basically of 50% in terms of taxation. Basically, on the corporate side, everything remains the same. But there's one good news, which is a system in which for royalties or software, for licensing uh, or or for the development of software, uh, will reduce the taxation 85%. So this is very, very, very good news. So if you have know-how or you have software that you want to license and you set up a company in Portugal, the taxation will be reduced 85%. So basically, the income that you will receive will only be taxed at around 3% corporate tax. This is very, very competitive comparing with other countries. So this is the good news from the corporate side and the good news from the non-habitual tax residents. Also, the non-habitual tax residents remains the same, and the government is speaking also of including digital nomads. So basically, the requirements about becoming resident in Portugal for digital nomads will be developed in order to include them. So basically, they could stay in Portugal, become tax residents in Portugal, and be included with all these advantages. This could be interesting because some of them don't even have residence for tax purposes in other countries, which will create very large problems in the future. This is, of course, it's not yet disclosed, but it's something that the government wants to introduce. Also, for people working in Portugal, for young people when they come to and start for their first work, when they start to work for the first time, they will have tax advantages, and their taxes will be reduced for 5 years. This is also to avoid people from going abroad or going to other countries. So basically, this budget is a continuity budget, but which also offers some advantages to foreigners coming to Portugal or to people that wish to invest here and wish to develop know-how, because royalties and everything connected with software, the licensing of it will be extremely, extremely competitive.